I expected a hard fight, you know. I put my family through a lot.
The more you get hit, the harder you fight. I get it.
Let's go!
Hello, welcome to What the Flick. I am Christy. This is Matt. That's Alonzo. We've all been bulking up at the gym to get ready to talk about Southpaw.
I've been bulking up at the restaurant.
I was going to say, at the Sunday bar. Okay, yes, so Southpaw stars Jake Gyllenhaal as a boxing champ who loses everything and must win it all back. So basically, you've already seen this movie on Turner Classic Movies, but now there's swearing and black people and Eminem. So check it out.
The light heavyweight champion of the world, Billy Hope.
I wouldn't be here without my wife, Maureen.
Hey, Billy, why you leaving so soon?
Come on, keep walking.
Baby, you ain't never been a real man.
Billy, let that go. Let's go home.
How about I take your belt?
Hey, stop!
Me and I. No.
This court is aware of the tragedy your family has suffered, Mr. Hope. Nonetheless, you have chosen to demonstrate dangerous behaviors while having custody of your daughter.
Dad?
You need help, Billy. It'll be a year before your suspension is up, which means zero income.
Legal custody of the child shall remain with family services until the father can demonstrate the abilities of a responsible parent.
Please, I don't want to.
I'm sorry, please, come on, Billy,
Dad,
come on.
I want to stay with you. I want to live with you.
You want me to come with you?
No, man. I gotta do this alone.
So what brings Billy Hope into my gym?
I'm looking for a job, maybe a place to train.
You couldn't handle the rules here, man.
I can't lose my daughter. I'll give you my everything.
Somebody help me, please.
I know that you're mad at me right now.
You don't know anything.
She doesn't want to see you today.
Tell her I love her.
Gotta let her hate you so she can get better. You can control your destiny.
Yeah,
This was supposed to be Eminem in this role.
Really?
Originally, yeah.
I would have liked that so much better.
Okay, I could see that. No,
Yeah.
and when I say like now there's black people, like literally you could have made this movie in 1935 with Wallace Beery, and like all the boxers would be Irish or whatever.
It is tried and true.
But it's However, that doesn't mean it's not entertaining.
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal went to the gym, right? So he lost a whole bunch of weight to star in Nightcrawler. Now he's gotten all bulked up. And the tradition of like De Niro and Raging Bull and countless actors before him, I think a lot of the storyline and a lot of the allure is the physical transformation and how that makes him a beast. I mean, yes, he does do all that. His character's name is Billy Hope, by the way. Billy Hope.
The Great White.
In case you didn't get that. Yeah, it's fine. It's really familiar. It doesn't really do anything new with a very familiar formula, but it's fine.
It's the kind of movie you call. It's the kind of movie you call solid. You know.
Workmanlike.
Yeah.
I think they make some mistakes here, though. This is a movie where the acting, I think, is the best thing going for it. Like, you've got great performances by Jake Gyllenhaal. I think Rachel McAdams is good. The girl that plays their daughter is really, really good in this. 50 Cent's not bad in this. And Forest Whitaker, I think, is playing a nuanced performance. I mean, Whitaker's always good, but you got a great cast here. And the movie really hits you with the melodrama, and they're up to the task. But it's kind of one note. It's kind of this bleak, devastating note, kind of the whole movie. And it really never lets up, and it becomes kind of this slog to get through. And I think that it's probably about 25, 30 minutes too long. You know, I don't know that we need 2 training montages in a sports film.
You can never have enough
You
training
need a
montages.
montage.
But that's the
Even
thing,
Rocky
like,
had a montage, see?
it just kind of keeps hitting the same notes. Like, you know, before the tragedy happens that changes everything, you know, that first act in the movie is so long. Like, you get, it just takes forever. Like, okay, we get it. He's at the top. He's great. We get it. Okay, fine. And I didn't need to see that for 25 minutes.
I don't know.
Right?
I mean, I didn't. I know what you're saying, and I certainly felt that in other movies. I didn't have that thing of like, let's get on with it. Like whatever they were doing, it seemed interesting enough that I was sort of in on it.
I guess.
For me, I think the movie picks up once it establishes what the stakes are. Like, it does a good job of showing like how does somebody who is crazy rich and on top of everything just systematically lose every single thing, you know, become broke, you know, lose their family, all that stuff.
Hangers on.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Exactly. All that stuff I thought was drawn out in an interesting way. The relationship with the daughter winds up being the crux of the film.
Right.
And as you said, she's really good. And so the two of them take this sort of stodgy kind of like, oh, you know, familiar relationship and bring something to it, because it's just cool to watch those two actors together.
And don't get me wrong, I felt that the emotional payoff is there. I found myself getting very emotional in this movie, and there's definitely tragedy going on, and it definitely pulls at the heartstrings. It's just, the problem I had is that it's just that note.
Sure.
Kind of the whole movie. There's only a couple of scenes that lighten it up at all. It's like there's this dramatic, heavy tension the whole time. And for a movie that's clocking in over 2 hours, I think it just gets to be a little too much.
Oona Laurence is the name of the little girl. We should also mention that Antoine Fuqua directed this, FYI.
Right. The thing for me about this, what's going to, and this has nothing to do with the film itself, this is going to be about the reception of the film. If everybody suddenly acts like, oh wow, Jake Gyllenhaal is an actor based on this movie because he did the outward physical transformation, it's going to be like, where have you been for the last decade? Where were you at Nightcrawler and at End of Watch and at Brokeback Mountain and like all these movies? Jarhead, I mean, he's been
Bubble
doing.
Boy.
Maybe not Bubble Boy, but he's been doing a string of interesting and non-typical sort of handsome lead. What a handsome leading man would not normally do. He's done a lot of physically transformative stuff. He's done a lot of morally ambiguous stuff. I think he's an amazing actor, and if he is the pretty girl who has to play a serial killer, if he has to do the Charlize Theron thing and like, look, Academy, I'm acting because of my body,
Right. But this is like
fine, but
one of his more conventional roles, though.
That's the thing. I don't think this performance is as good as a lot of the ones I mentioned. It's fine. He's great. He does what he's supposed to do, and it's emotional and it's effective. But if this is the performance that makes people who aren't paying attention suddenly go, oh, wow, Jake Gyllenhaal can act, who knew? Fuck you, because you weren't watching. That's what I'm saying.
That's Alonzo's blurb. Okay, so what is your number then, my friend?
I give it a 7.7. It's, like I said, it's something you haven't seen before, but I think it's very solid at what it is.
Matt?
I give it a 5. I'm probably a little low. You know what? I'm changing my number up.
Don't.
I'm changing it. I'm giving it a 6.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go on, I'll do it. I'll math us.
I'm still saying a 5.4.
Okay, so that's a 6.4 average for us.
A 6.4 average for us is where on the tomato meter?
56 on the tomato meter.
It's totally fine.
56, really?
If this is what is playing at the multiplex, when you have to go to the multiplex, you don't have any kids with you because it's super violent. It's really violent. It's really bloody. Bad things happen. This is fine. You will not be unhappy that you've seen it.
Oh, and I think the fight sequences are done interestingly in a way that is like, okay, we're not even going to try and be Raging Bull here. We're going to make this thing look like what fights look like on HBO. That really sort of bright kind of thing.
Shiny and glossy.
Yeah, and done very
Except
well.
that Jim Lampley sounds sober.
Well, you can't have it.
All right, so maybe see this. Bye.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just breaking that pillow. You can still sit on it. Did you like that review of Southpaw? Come over to TYT Sports and check out where we rank that movie in our list of all-time greatest boxing movies. Make sure to head over here.